Hi guys, welcome back to more NCIS. We're on episode 10, our second episode for the week. Now then, that last episode, oh my god, oh WTF. I mean, I didn't see it coming. Did anybody see that coming when you watched this for the first time? The whole setup that the writers made to give us the end of that story, with pretty much Tony being put on trial and it being our lab technician who joined at the start of this season, who just was unlikable, kind of went a lot unnoticed a lot. They didn't show that many scenes with him, but every time they did, there was something iffy about him, and I just thought they were purposely putting a character in for us to not like. But there was far more depth to it than any of us could have possibly imagined. You know you're dealing with a really twisted, warped mind when someone has the ability to foresee and forethink that level of... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Just to have that level of nastiness in them and wanting revenge so much that they changed their whole premise on how to do it, and getting a job at NCIS and biding his time and getting to understand and learn and know the procedures of the forensics and working side by side with Abby in the lab. All of it, just the whole setup was just bonkers. I didn't see it coming. I compared it to Breaking Bad in particular, if you have seen it. If you haven't, just skip past this bit. Season 2, when they set up at the beginning of the season, showing the pool and the little pink toy, and keep expanding out and showing that it looks like it's Walter's house and it's all black and white and it's monochrome and we don't understand what's going on, and they lead us through an entire new set of sequences and storyline for us to have a reveal right at the end of the season. I won't say any more than that because I'm talking about another show on top of this one. So, but for those that have seen it, it felt like that. It felt like they started this season off and said, we need to put something in here that no viewer could possibly work out why we're inserting a character here and what we're going to do with them further down the line. That was stupendous. Anyway, I digress. I'm waffling far too much. Let's just get on with episode 10.
There are little teenage denozos running around somewhere?
We hope not.
That's frightening.
I never thought about it until this morning. I got a registered letter from the sperm bank telling me to contact them as soon as possible.
Check the exit. On it. They're coming down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, God, something's going to go wrong then, isn't it?
What do you got, McGee? Not sure.
Is this going to... Oh, shit!
Go! Get him out of here through the front entrance! Go!
Okay. Is that connected or isn't it? Those two were arguing.
Find a weapon?
I thought it might have been diversion.
Was connected in any way to the death threat on the Chief of Naval Operations?
That's what I was
Gonna
asking.
find out. Tony had killed somebody, okay?
Oh, yeah.
What about the CNO?
Secured at home.
Doubled his security detail.
Did you find his weapon? No?
I identified myself as a federal officer.
We didn't see it.
He fired at me. I returned fire.
SUV, McGee. Get the color, number, make.
Black.
Dark
That's
blue
it.
or black.
Ziva, get out of Bolo.
On just that? Right, Bolo.
Hang on.
Just...
Hey, I want to know everything about this guy. Show me, McGee.
Now it's going to be McGee kind of on trial here this time.
Federal officer, drop your weapon.
Looking for a trajectory.
Got it.
Looking for a trajectory. But if the gun's not here, where is it?
His coronary arteries are almost completely blocked, and his liver shows definite sign of abuse.
So he was on his deathbed and didn't know it.
I took that out of his thigh. Didn't impact any bone and embedded itself in the adductor longus.
Assisting in an autopsy?
Oh, yeah, right.
Actually, Mr. Palmer, a medical degree is not required, even to be a coroner.
Is it?
Abby
Oh,
had
I was
just a
not
quick
aware of that.
study. I think you do very well. Put it on.
Wait a minute. How the bugger does that work? You don't have to be a medical practitioner of any kind or an examiner to be able to perform or assist in, well, maybe to assist in an autopsy. Maybe you don't just get to perform it yourself, but I was totally not aware of that. That's a bit macabre.
Of the scapula.
It's amazing how much damage one bullet can do.
Definitely the
What's
kill shot.
velocity? He's feeling pretty bad about this.
I'm sorry, McGee. That wasn't meant for your ears.
Not a problem, Ducky.
He's going to be questioning himself now.
I was hoping when I woke up this morning it was all a nightmare.
If it all went down the way he said it did, I don't think there's anything to worry about,
Trained
but
for
he
last
still
night,
killed
but-
someone.
Oh, shooting a human cutout is not quite the same, Timothy.
I didn't
I'd
really need you to run as
forgotten.
Prince. Driver's license was phony.
Catch anything with a bolo, Officer W?
We did. 600,000 SUVs.
Two numbers.
That are registered in Virginia.
Yeah, so? Something bothering you, Tony?
He doesn't want to say what we're all thinking.
Spit it out.
McGee says he was shot at, but we can't seem to find the slug, shell casing,
weapon.
or a weapon.
Yeah, Gibbs.
We have literally just had the previous episode with all the team trying to come together and exonerate Tony because we know he didn't do what the evidence kind of overwhelmingly pointed to, as that he'd killed someone in the last episode. Now we've got kind of the opposite, where we've got McGee, who, as far as he's concerned, even though it's his first kill and he's not exactly feeling the best about it, was a clean kill. However, this time we've got complete lack of evidence other than the actual person who's been killed, with no evidence of the gun, the trajectory, the bullet, anything. So all the team needs to do the same again now.
McGee isn't your father, and he isn't Ari. He doesn't know how to lie.
No, McGee's not got it in him.
I'm flashing back to Paris in '99.
Oh God, here we go again. I wish you'd stop giving us these really shit clips that we don't know anything.
Not what you're thinking. I remember you covering for another agent
Really?
who messed up. Where's the gun? The slug that was fired.
I don't
We'll
know.
find it. We'll find
I
it.
will find out.
Victim's real name is John Benedict.
Has he got a record?
He was a Metro detective. He was working undercover.
Oh no. Man, we're in 2 episodes back to back here where 2 of our agents have really been put to the test.
Can I get you to anything?
Special Agents Gibbs and McGee. This is Metro Police Captain Dan Carson
That's his.
and Sergeant Keith Archer.
We're here to find out what happened.
Please sit.
They're going to want to try and take control of this.
I'd like to ask Sergeant Archer some questions. You know why your partner was behind the hotel last night?
No. I read your report. I got some questions.
That's why he didn't
You say you
identify
identified
himself.
yourself?
He was undercover.
Yes, sir.
Loud enough to be heard?
Definitely.
So why can't you find a bullet or a weapon?
We can't answer that yet.
Yeah, I can. Benny wasn't carrying one.
Are you
Yeah.
sure it happened like that, son?
You can't for sure say that. That's supposition.
It happened the way that I reported it, Captain.
'Cause I knew Lieutenant John Benedict. Maybe 20 years.
He was on his
And if
deathbed.
Agent McGee had properly identified himself the way that he claims,
did.
there's no way that Benny would have acted threateningly.
Evidently, he did.
Well, maybe
I don't
he
believe
did if he was undercover. He didn't want to
Agent
blow
McGee.
it. And I don't like that guy saying, oh, but he wasn't carrying a gun. You weren't there. You can't possibly know. There's no evidence of that.
Nobody else saw another vehicle in the alley
You think he's made a mistake?
Nervous rookie panicked. Fired prematurely.
He's not really a rookie anymore.
McGee's young, but he's a damn good agent.
Yeah.
You said he was off duty, just like you are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he maybe wouldn't carry a weapon with the undercover work that you two were doing, but you obviously weren't there that night, and something may have happened or gone down that you weren't aware of, that where he felt the need that he had to carry one. Or maybe the person who he was with figured out that he was a cop. That is quite plausible, and they're not even thinking of looking in that direction whatsoever. All they're seeing is one man, one shooter, and they're blaming McGee, and they're not even looking at anything else or any other possibility.
I shared our preliminary report, and you'll have full access to our findings.
I'm going to conduct my own investigation.
Yeah, I thought you
That
would.
is your prerogative.
And I want to interrogate McGee.
That's
Nope.
not gonna happen.
That's not happening.
I'll handle this, Special Agent Gibbs.
McGee has made his statement. That's not going to change.
McGee, was the SUV as big as an Expedition?
I don't even know what one of them is.
No, I'm not sure.
No
This guy
idea.
belongs to a protest group called Kaka. He was arrested last May for defacing the main entrance of the Pentagon with horse manure.
Shit.
Call me crazy, but a guy that belongs to a group called Kaka and smears horse pucky on a government
Yeah,
building.
that's
is
what I was
committing
thinking.
death threats. We'll maybe find something in daylight.
We're working.
I'm going off somehow the weapon has been removed. And that the bullet, because there has to be a bullet if we're to believe McGee's statement and story, that the bullet has somehow ricocheted or got embedded or planted somewhere completely implausible. You know, just even something simple like when you drop something and it drops in front of you and it bounces and it can go on a completely different trajectory to where you think, and you search the whole area in front of where you've dropped it, and somehow it can end up over here or back there, and there's no plausible explanation as to why it can reverse course or change directory. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Because everybody was on the scene. It's not like everyone turned up to the scene later and it was only McGee there. No time passed in between. They were there within moments because they were protecting CNO.
First, Abby's lab nerd frames DiNozzo for murder, and
Yeah.
then McGee kills a cop. Did somebody break a mirror?
Metro PD is out to get you. You find the bullet as compromised evidence.
Yeah, you go.
Hey, DiNozzo.
You go.
While you're there, see if anyone saw Benedict in the area last night. Nope.
We can't find anything because there's nothing to be found.
You don't believe McGee was shot
Ziva,
at?
please
Tony.
stop.
McGee stumbled across something, misread it, and overreacted.
No.
His brain's like a computer.
It happened so fast, you don't have time to think.
We're talking about a guy who has protocols and checklists for brushing and flossing.
She's going to be proved wrong. It's the only negative thing that I feel is in Ziva's character is she's so untrusting.
Hey.
Until she's proved otherwise.
Ducky said his liver shows signs of cirrhosis, but he was clean and sober last night. Come with me, McGee.
Where are we going?
Your therapy session.
She's trying to get you to
Who's that
relax.
smell?
Candles and everything.
Aromatherapy.
I don't believe in New Age panaceas, Abby.
No, he won't. He won't.
What are these things?
Frankincense, lavender, and neroli oil.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pass.
You do not know how to relax, do you?
Well, where did you get these?
Never leave home without him.
But yeah, Gibbs is right. Like, first we have that set up with Tony, and now we've got this. Kidding me? Sperm bag. Had they like lost some of his samples,
No,
or
the director's doppelganger.
that wasn't awkward much.
So, a doppelganger is someone who's pissed?
Yes, Agent Gibbs, this one definitely.
Why?
Why? Because you countermanded me in front of Metro Police.
Is that like doppelganger?
No.
Open up, McGee.
Tony, I'm really not in the mood.
Let me in.
Are you here to help? If not, go home.
Okay, you're in. What do you want?
We're going out. When the going gets tough, the tough go clubbing. We've got to get you dressed.
No.
Tony, I really want to be alone tonight, okay?
Still working on the novel, I see, huh?
DiNozzo, I'm begging you, do not rag on me tonight, okay?
Well, I wouldn't be DiNozzo if I didn't. You got any party clothes, McGee? Tony,
Nope.
baby, you are not going to be scoring in any of this stuff.
Hey, would you stop?
Guys really, really
Hey, listen,
feeling
man,
it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted
No,
to...
I know you're just trying to help.
What's adding to it for McGee here is not just the fact that it's his first kill and he's having to come to terms and to deal with that. I'm sure that's the same case for any agent, any cop, first time. But the fact that it's gone so catastrophically wrong in numerous areas that, one, your story, even though Gibbs and the rest of us believe your story, the evidence isn't backing it up. And on top of all of that, you've got another separate internal investigation because it turns out the guy that you killed happened to be a cop as well. So it's really, it's possibly quite the most harsh circumstances that anyone who carries a gun would find themselves in for the first time when they actually have to shoot someone and it ends up as a kill.
Tony, I'm not like you guys.
No, we know that.
You were trained as a cop. Gibbs was a Marine sniper.
You weren't either of these.
Kate protected the President of the United States.
Yeah, he's different. I never really thought about that.
God only knows what Ziva did with Mossad.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
background.
You know, I'm sorry for keep pausing it, but you know what I like to Mr. Alec. He has just eloquently pointed out that all of you have a specific set of training that's molded you into be able to cope with this kind of situation, even on your first time. But he's right. Tony was a cop, so he's used to this. Gibbs was a Marine. He's been at war. He's used to it. Ziva has probably seen God knows what and is an agent. For McGee, he's just come up through the ranks, studied, took all the necessary training, and in effect, he's just a civilian who has eventually become somebody who is authorized to carry a badge and a gun. So it's completely different for him. I never really thought about that before, that he's so different to everybody else in the team.
He's biomedical engineering and computer forensics. I don't think I'm cut out to be a field agent.
Yes, you are. No, you are. He's questioning himself now.
First time I shot at someone, I wet my pants.
Really?
If you tell anyone that, I will slap you silly. I know it's bad. I've been where you are, but a week from now, this will all be behind you. Just a bad memory.
Background check on the cop McGee killed. Didn't come up with anything. They're going to interrogate McGee this afternoon.
Shit.
Request was approved by the director.
Don't give me the stare. I'm not a junior agent
No,
anymore.
you're a junior director.
That's enough, Special Agent Gibbs.
They're waiting for you in MTAC.
I'm on my way, Cynthia.
You have to learn how to say no.
I did, Jethro.
Oh man, I need more on that background. Just do my head in.
The theory hypothesizes there's a high probability they had prior contact.
So you're matching SUV owners to people Benedict knew?
Exactly. Didn't get any hits. Problem is I only got his home and cell numbers. I was denied access to Benedict's extension at Metro.
If you had the maintenance codes for the telephone service at the police department, do you think that would help?
Yes.
No, but she knows a man who does.
Was there any way to find...
I'm a donor.
DiNozzo. Big D, little I, big N, little Ozo.
Little Ozo.
Playing phone tag with the sperm bank.
You haven't found out what it's about yet?
No.
Well,
you're as curious as we all are.
They're probably running low on their favorite fossil fuel. Uh-huh. When will she be back? Thank you. The woman who's been trying to contact me isn't there. Her title is Director of Critical Issues. What do you think that means?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
It could be one of my offspring has a medical condition. Maybe they need an organ transplant.
Who won't share a Krispy Kreme donut? You are going to give up a kidney?
We've got a hit.
Edward Francis Halligan owns a black 2005 Range Rover, license plate 8967YZE. Halligan's an Irish national. He's been living here for the past 3 years. I'll run him by my Interpol contact.
Find him, Tony. Bring him in.
Are you gonna bust him, Archer?
Blow my cover? Why don't you?
I love how they always
look
portray hookers in American TV shows.
Who's taken out?
It's the second-tier pusher released from Elkton this morning.
Surprised you agreed to meet.
Just want to find out the truth. Never met him, but I'd love to get my hands on him. It's Ed Halligan.
Why'd Benedict call him 2 weeks ago?
He set up a trap for Halligan, but he never showed.
We think that Halligan was the guy your partner was talking to in the alley.
Yeah.
If he was, he had a legitimate reason. If you think that he was a dirty cop, forget it. Benny was as straight up as they come.
You just said you hadn't been together very long.
How long does it take to know if your partner's dirty?
That your dirtbag?
Yeah, I gotta get to work.
Be confident when Metro interrogates you. If you don't believe what you're saying, how can
Neither
they?
will they.
Every time I think about it, it comes out a little different.
No, don't tell them that.
Don't tell that to Metro.
No.
Metro's booking him right now. Do you know why?
Because he admitted to making a tragic mistake.
We need this bastard.
I let you down.
Boss, I think it's the other way around.
I should have gone with you to Metro.
I panicked. I thought he had a weapon in his hand. I need to face
He's doubting himself.
I shot a good cop making an arrest.
What
down
cop
himself.
makes a drug bust without a weapon?
No, he doesn't.
Never date a
Jeez.
coworker?
Never go anywhere without your knife.
I thought that was 9.
Never take anything for granted.
I didn't do forensics on the jacket because we knew what happened. Then I remembered. Rule numero ocho.
Gunshot residue.
Based on the density and the pattern of the stippling and the sooting, one of the slugs in Lieutenant Benedict was fired from only 1 foot away.
For 3 at 25 meters? I don't think so.
Halligan shot him from behind the wheel.
Wrong, boss. If Halligan was behind the wheel,
All the bullets
then he
didn't come
was
from
5 or
McGee.
6 feet away. Pulled the registration from the Range Rover. Was brought into DMV for an inspection because it was imported from Ireland.
Right-hand drive.
Ducky's Morgan. Steering wheel's on the right-hand side.
Person I saw argue.
Stop. That's what I was saying. I subconsciously knew that and didn't focus on it. With my theory that the driver shot at him and one of the bullets came from the driver. But because he was stood by the left side of the vehicle, my brain, being a British person, automatically assumed that the guy was on the other side and the guns dropped onto the seat. But of course, for them, that's completely backward because the driver should have been on the left-hand side. Does that even make a difference? It might not. Who knows?
Only Benedict was a passenger.
There was a third man. McGee's third round didn't hit the SUV, then it's somewhere at the other end of that alley. Go.
It's the other side.
Abby, thank you.
Been looking in the wrong place.
You missed the spy game? Must have been exciting.
You've seen too many James Bond movies. Well, there was a lot of sex.
Yeah? Yeah, I know, but there's got to be some kind of mistake.
What's wrong with yours? What's wrong with your donations?
You want to discuss it?
No.
Ah, it's nothing.
I understand. I'd be embarrassed too.
Was a low sperm count?
I shouldn't have done it. But your phone kept on ringing this morning, and I knew this call was important, so I answered it.
You talked?
To the woman at the sperm bank, the director of critical issues. I'm sorry, Tony.
I'm
She had no right to tell you that no one wants my sperm.
Yeah.
Ugh, see, yes! It's hard to believe that a stud like you would not be chosen. Were any of the prospective women shown a photo of you? Because...
Right, so it's fuck all to do with the low sperm count. It's just she's informing him that they've kept his donations for a certain amount of time and no one has come forward to say that they want his specimen. And she did the whole reverse trick on you for you to reveal it.
Are they going to return your sperm?
Let's focus on finding the bullet.
She's found it.
Don't have to.
Ta-da! There you go. But the gun's got to be in the car.
Exact. It was definitely fired from McGee's sick.
Where did you two find the bullet?
Miss Abby Shuto.
Behind the body, embedded in the door frame.
Man in the car fires point blank at Benedict. Now, like you said, it was too close and it was dark. And when Benedict fell,
It
he
went
dropped
into the
his
car.
weapon through the open window of the
Thank
van.
you!
What do you think?
What's going on?
I was right. I was right. I was right.
Hey, come on, what do you got?
It's down to Halligan's phone records.
You mean Benedict's?
No, Archer, his partner.
The call from Metro 2
He's
weeks ago
dead.
came from Archer, not Benedict.
Partners
He's
share
dead.
extensions at the precinct.
Is Halligan in Morocco?
Ziva said he passed through customs.
Well, maybe Archer doesn't know that. Pull an old warrant.
What's up?
Got a few questions.
He's supposed to be in custody.
He's in my custody. You never told me you spoke with Halligan.
I don't care what your phone records say. I never talked to Halligan. You can ask him.
McGee shot
very
him
defensive.
after someone inside the car fired first. Your partner suspected you were working with Halligan. He followed you to a meet in the alley.
And you shot him.
We're gonna search the premises.
I'm not talking to Navy wannabe cops.
Interpol picked
What do you mean,
Halligan up
wannabe?
in Lisbon. Halligan's not gonna take the fall for you.
No, is he fuck? He'll let you go down. He's gonna make a move. That is exactly how you do it. You got off easy.
Never hesitate because you second-guessed yourself again. I'll take your badge. We clear.
Shit. He did hesitate a little bit there.
I thought you would be out celebrating.
Finally got to the bottom of it. I was right with a lot of my theory this time, though.
Did you come down for a hug?
What'd you find out?
No question, McGee.
I ran every test I could think of. The slugs are too damaged. There's no way to tell who fired the kill shot.
Was it his body that killed him?
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
It matters.
Wow. Another great episode, guys. Honestly, these episodes are just getting better and better, and because they're drawing our main characters into questioning their abilities, their resolve, their way that they conduct themselves, the way they do their job. In this one, we had McGee really faltering and starting to question whether this was the right line of work for him and whether he doesn't have any business being a field agent, especially with him, you know, analysing to the nth degree, which I hadn't really thought and picked up on. I mean, I knew it, but it had not been laid out for me the way that he did, saying everybody else on this team hasn't ended up where we all are the same way I have. I've been educated and I've got master's degrees and all of that, and eventually I've gone through training to be able to carry a badge and a weapon. All of you have been either cops or Marines or agents in third world countries who are dealing with death and war and destruction all the time. This isn't me. You know, he is more civilian-like than the rest of them, who has eventually become a damn good agent. I could not work out for a while why we were not finding not only the bullet, but the weapon. And I was just trying to focus on what we saw with the guy standing over the car. And then it dawned on me that Ducky's saying that one of the shots was of a different trajectory. I wasn't right with which one was which, but Abby eloquently showing our little diagram or computer generated scene there of showing that as he was shot for the second time, he turned and the weapon fell into the car. I picked up on the fact that it was right hand drive for some reason and not focused on that. There was a lot of details to that, but what it does show is just how far Gibbs is willing to go when he knows his team, he knows his agents, and he will risk it all to be able to go with his gut and know that McGee did the right thing here. That he's not really a probie anymore. He's a damn good agent, and this has really thrown him a curveball, and he was doubting himself a lot here. We've had two really, really good back-to-back episodes here, and even Gibbs mentioning what the hell's going on. First, we have a lab assistant nerd, as he called him, who was trying to frame Tony, and now we've got another case straight after where now McGee's kind of on trial for it as well. Had things not gone the way they went, both Tony and McGee would no longer be part of this team right now and will both be serving prison sentences. But what it's done is cement and solidify just how good this team is that work together with each other. And I just want more. I'm worried now that it's going to be Ziva's turn next, and then Abby's turn maybe after that. I don't know. They seem to be working their way through each one here for us to be able to understand the full broadness of their characters and what makes them tick, basically, and what makes them up. A little disappointed for Tony in that episode with the sperm bank thing that Ziva played the whole "I didn't know, but thank you for just telling me" trick. What do you call that? Where you get the other person to tell you something that you don't know, but you make on like you do know, so that they will tell you. There's a term for that, and I can't think what it is. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, as I was saying, because I went from daylight to nighttime in this episode, we started it broad daylight and it's now dark outside, so I had to put some lighting on at some point. Right, I will be back with another 2 episodes next week. If you are enjoying these, guys, I would appreciate if you would post your comments down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to watch the one in full length, you know where to go. Link in the description will head you to Patreon, and you can check everything out and browse over there. So, till then, I will see you next week for another 2. Take care.